2024 meeting of the Gaston County Board of Education. I'm Jeff Ramsey, Chairman of the Board. I would like to welcome everyone to our meeting. To my left is our Vice Chair, Dot Cherry, and I'd like to ask the other board members to introduce themselves.
Lee Dedman, Gastonia Township.
Josh Crisp, Dallas Township.
Robbie Lovelace, Cherryville Township.
Todd Kinlaw, South Point Township.
A.M. Stevens, Riverbend Township.
Crowers Mountain Township.
Thank you. And also, we have the North Carolina Senator Brad Overcash in the lobby. I'd like to recognize him for his work at the State House. Is Mr. Overcash?
Yeah, he's in the hallway.
Okay. Senator. We wanted to welcome you. He's a big supporter of public traditional schools. Our first order of business is to have the invocation. We have the honor, and we'd like to ask Pastor Justin Lau, the pastor of First United Methodist Church of Gaston, to lead us in our invocation. Thank you.
Thank you, members of the Board of Education and everybody that's gathered here. It is great to be in Gastonia. Our children, Andrew and Esther, are proud students at Robinson Elementary. And so let's take a moment to just pause and pray today. Gracious, loving God, we give you thanks for the gift of this beautiful day, which you have given to us. As we enter into this final stretch of the school year, we pray your blessings upon all of the students, upon all of the parents, the teachers, the staff, and the board. Lord, help us to finish this school year on our toes. And may all of the learning that is still yet to happen grant us patience in that. And may we glorify you as we learn all of the gifts that you have for us in this school year. In Christ's holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you, Pastor Lau. Now I'd like to ask our Superintendent, Dr. Morgan Huchard, to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to ask Hannah Bauer to come forward, please, who is a junior at South Point High School. I have asked her to lead us in our pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Hannah.
Thank you. Our next order of business is adopt the agenda. Do I hear a motion to adopt the agenda? A second, Mr. Crisp. All in favor? Yeah. Dot Guthrie.
Ms. Guthrie, you approve the agenda?
Yes.
Ms. Guthrie?
Yes.
Okay. That's unanimous. Thank you.
Yes. Yes.
We got you.
Okay, the next order of business is to hear good news. We have a full house, and we're excited to always see our students here and celebrate their accomplishments. And I'd like to turn it over to Dr. Todd Hagens.
Thank you for that title, Mr. Ramsey. Appreciate that extra degree. Good evening, everyone. Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, and Superintendent Huchard. I am pleased to present to the Board of Education our good news for the month of April, and we have a number of items to share with you this evening. We begin our good news with our Robo-Gaston champions from Bessemer City Central Elementary and Bessemer City Middle School, and we would like for the championship teams to come forward at this time. And they may be down the hall, so we'll take just a moment to bring them in. Let's have a round of applause for our Robo-Gaston champions. And students, we'll just have you face the audience there. Our Gaston, that's our annual robotics competition for elementary schools and middle schools. It was held on March the 2nd at Forest View High School, and the school teams had the opportunity to show off their science, technology, engineering, and math skills. The competition puts the students' knowledge to the test as they compete in 3 different categories: robot design, robot game, and innovation project. The theme of this year's competition was Masterpiece, and students worked together to build structures using specific supplies. For Bessemer City Central Elementary, it was rewarding to repeat as the overall county champions, and even better to see some of last year's students lead Bessemer City Middle School to the middle school overall championship. We are extremely proud of these students from Bessemer City for their award-winning ways in robotics, and we commend all of the schools that competed in the annual Robo-Gaston competition. It was a great day that put our very popular robotics program in the spotlight.
So in appreciation for what you guys were able to accomplish at the competition, we have some plaques that are made for you. But I wanted to ask, who's the representative from Bessemer City Central? Are you going to let somebody win next year? I mean, y'all are cleaning up year after year. So congratulations, that's a great job to go back to back. You know, Dr. Bouchard, I was there, and I got to speak just for a couple of moments. And I mentioned that I really would like to see us do this more often, right? We have a lot of athletic competitions amongst the schools. I'd like to see these kids to be highlighted as well. So something to think about, maybe inter-school, doing it like a season like we do in sports. But this goes to, this one goes to, Bessemer City Central. And this, you guys, this big contingency y'all have, this is for the middle school. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take pictures with everyone. The principals want to go ahead and come on up. And then after that, we're going to have you all go around and shake the hands of the Board of Education member.
Got coaches coming and a few other representatives here with us.
Stevens, yeah, actually right there. Perfect, thank you. And one more. All right.
Students. Is your paint, have a paint here? Okay, you got it. Congratulations. Great job.
Congratulations again to our robotics champions from Bessemer City Central Elementary and Bessemer City Middle School. Now we would like to recognize student Hannah Bauer from South Point High School. If Hannah would come forward at this time. Hannah has achieved the Congressional Gold Medal Award, which is a prestigious honor from the United States Congress that recognizes her outstanding work in volunteer service, personal growth, physical fitness, and exploration. To earn the Congressional Gold Medal, individuals must complete 800 hours of service. Remarkably, Hannah surpassed this requirement by accumulating 1,600 hours of service over 2 years. Her diverse activities include volunteering at the Schill Museum for 3.5 years, where she organizes and participates in educational events and exhibits for children. Additionally, Hannah has shown personal growth through her job at Chick-fil-A since she was 14, building strong relationships with her coworkers and customers. In terms of physical fitness, Hannah excels as an equestrian and emphasizes core strength, flexibility, and balance through yoga and workouts. Furthermore, she pursued exploration by independently planning a trip to Italy with her parents. She learned the Italian language through an app, engaged with social media groups for travel tips, mapped out an itinerary, researched shopping spots and attractions, and pre-booked activities such as gondola rides. Congratulations, Hannah, on receiving a Congressional Gold Medal. You are truly deserving of this national recognition. Congratulations.
First of all, I'll say congratulations. Wow, that's awesome. An overachiever, 2 times as much as everybody. But on behalf of the Gaston County Board of Education and a fellow Red Raider myself, it gives me an honor and a privilege to give you this certificate of recognition. Keep doing well, and we look forward to continue to support you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And if her parents are here and representatives from the school,
Take that certificate, please.
come forward and we'll take a photograph.
Didn't realize we'd have to walk up here.
Mr. Alcavio on this, there you go. All right. And one more. All right, thank you.
Next, we would like to invite Amber Spargo, a math curriculum facilitator in our Academic Services Department, to come forward. In March, Ms. Spargo received the 2024 Personnel to Watch Award from the North Carolina Association for Middle Level Education. She was recognized at the association's annual conference in Charlotte. Each year, the association's board of directors accepts nominations to honor educators who've made significant contributions to the education of middle grade students. Ms. Spargo's achievement of receiving the Personnel to Watch Award reflects her outstanding dedication and influence in the field of public education. The honor signifies her significant contributions to the development and success of middle school students in Gaston County schools, and we could not be more proud of her work and efforts.
On behalf of the Gaston County Board of Education, we present you this certificate of recognition. I want to say thank you for what you're doing, and the recognition is, it's a good thing, and I hope that you continue to do what you do with the middle schools, and we're so proud of you and so honored that you're a part of Gaston County Schools.
Thank you.
Come up, student.
Mr. Kinlaw, if you'll join, and I think she has some colleagues who may, her colleagues may want to join.
And one more. All right, thank you.
Now we would like to invite student Elijah Christenberry from Holbrook Middle School to come forward. Under the guidance of Coach Ernest Parker, Elijah has been recognized as the most outstanding wrestler in Gaston County schools, capping off his middle school career with an impressive 39-0 record, a perfect record. Most recently, Elijah clinched the county championship in the 120-pound weight division, and his championship efforts have extended across all 3 years of his time in middle school. To go undefeated over 3 years is remarkable, and it goes without saying that having a perfect 39-0 record is a feat that is very difficult to achieve. Elijah, your hard work and dedication have truly paid off, and we are incredibly proud of your achievements. We look forward to following your success as you continue to excel in high school and beyond, and aiming for more championships and perhaps even becoming a state champion in wrestling. Let's give Elijah a round of applause for his outstanding accomplishments and wish him continued success in his wrestling career. Congratulations.
I tell you, I actually had the opportunity to watch you wrestle a couple times, and I was super impressed. You were tough on that mat, and I'm glad I never went up against you whenever I was in school. I'll also say this, so Mr. Higgins has already said that we look forward to you being a state champion. I'm looking forward to you being an NCAA champion, and then when you finish, you can come be a bodyguard for me, okay? So I'm very proud of you. Here's a certificate for you to be able to honor yourself and your accomplishments, and Mom and Dad, make sure that y'all get this put in a frame for him so that he can keep that for all time. Y'all want to come up, Mom and Dad and the coach?
Principal's with us.
And I saw you on the side of the mat jumping up and down, so that's right. He had the AD too. Come on. Come over here. Come over here.
He put you front and center.
Listen, you're showing up, you gotta look over. It doesn't happen much.
One more. All right, thank you.
My jiu-jitsu is too strong.
Now we would like to honor a group of outstanding students from Holbrook Middle School who contributed to the school's historic achievements in girls basketball. At this time, we would like for the Holbrook girls basketball team to come forward. Holbrook Middle School recently secured its third consecutive county championship and claimed the school's 7th girls basketball title. Last month, the Lions achieved a perfect 12-0 record and the county title for the third consecutive year, extending their winning streak to 37 games. Under the guidance of Coach Brian Nichols, key players like Shemaiah McCoy, Jakira Sadler, Chevanique Barnes, Kennedy Johnson, and Isabella Escamorosa were instrumental in the team's success. Holbrook's middle school's achievement surpasses the previous county record of 36 consecutive wins held by WC Friday from 2013 to 2016, and the 7th championship in school history adds to Holbrook's legacy in girls basketball. So congratulations to these talented student athletes and Coach Nichols for their outstanding leadership and championship teamwork. Congratulations.
Ladies, undefeated for 3 seasons. First off, that's amazing. Secondly, are you going to let anybody else win? I mean, seriously?
No.
Right. No reason to. I actually got to watch y'all play a couple times as well, and y'all are amazing. Keep doing what you do. Keep listening to good people like Brian. Yep, give him a hand clap. I watch him on the sidelines, and the passion that he has for these girls and for the game, second to none. So we're lucky to have you, Brian. Thank you for the work you do with these girls. Girls, some of you are going to be headed to high school. Work hard there, okay? Work hard on your education. Work hard on basketball because I'm going to come watch you play. Where are you going to high school? Who's going to high school this year? All right, who's going to where? Where are you going to high school?
Highland.
Highland? Good. Where are you going to high school? We're going to go down the line here.
Ashbrook.
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 Ashbrook. Good Lord. I think Ashbrook may have a state champion on their hands. Where are you going, young lady? Ashbrook, yep. Ashbrook, yep. Anybody else? Ashbrook? Wow. We look forward, are you graduating? Okay. Well, we look forward to being able to watch you ladies that are going to Highland and to Ashbrook. And then the rest of you that are not leaving middle school, we're looking forward to watching y'all repeat a fourth time. Can y'all do that?
Yes.
Right? Yep, absolutely. Well, we're excited for you guys. We're very proud of you. Again, like I said, keep working hard on both basketball, but most importantly, academics. Okay? Let's give them a round of applause. Principal, your AD.
Mr. Ross and Lydia.
Let's switch you two, please. Okay. All right. I can see this. Yeah, you see, that's fine. I can't see over here. You can scoot just that way for here. Perfect. Thank you. All right, here we go. And one more. Thank you.
We got a couple parents that want to be in the picture.
Okay.
Sure, yeah, bring them all up.
I thought we had parents that want to be in the picture.
Yeah, we do. Don't make us call you out, Mom and Dad. Come on.
Miss Ani.
Miss
Christina.
Miss Ani. Come on, Miss Ani. Wait, no. We're missing one. Miss Ani.
Ladies. Should we just give it to them at the next meeting? Yeah, I didn't see them. But they may have had them waiting out in the window. Yeah.
Try to get Sean's attention.
If you, his son sent me that obituary, but he hadn't sent it yet. The one from Bill, you had to send it.
Mr. Chairman, in my notes, we had recognition for the Greer Middle School boys basketball team. However, I think that is scheduled for the next meeting. So we were just making sure that we'll take care of that at the May meeting. So with that, Mr. Chairman, that completes our good news for the month of April. Yes, we'll make the presentation. We have some representatives here to accept those proclamations once the proclamations are approved by the board.
All right, thank you, and we'll go to the next agenda, Teacher Appreciation Week proclamation. This is an action item. Todd Higgins.
And good evening once again. It is a pleasure to present the Teacher Appreciation Week proclamation for Gaston County Schools. And at this time, I would like to read the proclamation. Whereas Gaston County Schools is pleased to join school districts across the United States in celebrating Teacher Appreciation Week, and whereas Teacher Appreciation Week is one of the most important annual observances in public education because it brings attention to the teaching profession, which is worthy of respect, honor, and praise. And whereas teachers in Gaston County Schools go beyond expectations every day to ensure that children learn, grow, and thrive in a school environment that is safe, welcoming, nurturing, and productive, and they strive diligently to provide a quality education for students. And whereas we know that teachers are the people responsible for inspiring student success both inside and outside the classroom, and they are the ones who instill a lifelong love for learning in students. And whereas during Teacher Appreciation Week, we are proud to honor all teachers in Gaston County Schools for their important contributions to our schools and outstanding efforts to positively influence the leaders of tomorrow. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Education is proud to proclaim May 6th through the 10th, 2024 as Teacher Appreciation Week in Gaston County Schools, and calls on everyone in the community to express their appreciation for teachers who always rise to the occasion and meet every challenge and opportunity with confidence, compassion, creativity, and care for all students. Be it further resolved that this proclamation be made a part of the minutes of the Board of Education adopted the 15th day of April 2024. And Mr. Chairman, the Teacher Appreciation Week proclamation is being presented to the board for consideration and approval. And with us this evening to accept the proclamation is Melissa Clements of Belmont Middle School, who is the 2023-24 Gaston County Teacher of the Year, and Whitney Marr of Robinson Elementary School, who was the 2023-24 Linda Rader New Teacher of the Year for Gaston County Schools. So we will have them come forward once the board approves the proclamation.
So I'd ask for a motion for the proclamation. Mr. Stevens?
Second.
Second. Mr. Chris? All in favor? All right.
And we do have a framed copy of the proclamation that
Ms.
we'd like to
Lovelace
present
will
at this time.
Present it.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't think she's there. Okay.
And we have Melissa Clements with us. She is our current Gaston County Teacher of the Year.
Congratulations. We're so proud, and we would like to thank you for everything you do for our students.
Thank you very much.
Oops.
Thank you.
Still have the email you sent out to the election. Send back y'all. Right, yeah. That's good work.
Thanks for today.
And Mr. Chairman, I understand that our new Teacher of the Year, Whitney Marr, had planned to be with us, but she was delayed this afternoon, so that's why she's not with us. But we certainly appreciate her efforts to represent our teachers as well.
Next item on the agenda is our National School Library Month proclamation. This is an action item. Mr. Higgins.
And it is a pleasure to present to the Board of Education a proclamation for your consideration and approval to celebrate National School Library Month in Gaston County Schools. And at this time, I would like to read the proclamation. Whereas every year since 1985, the month of April is designated National School Library Month in an effort to celebrate school libraries and bring attention to the important role that school libraries play in transforming and enhancing teaching and learning. And whereas the Library Media Center serves as the heart of a school and provides valuable materials and resources for students, teachers, and others that support the overall instructional program. And whereas the libraries in Gaston County Schools offer books, technology, and other tools that connect students with important information, give teachers what they need to encourage discovery, and foster an engaging and collaborative learning environment. And whereas we are extremely proud of our school librarians and media center coordinators for their work as educational professionals to make the school library a fun, inviting, and special place for reading, knowledge, understanding, collaboration, and personal growth. Now therefore be it resolved that the Gaston County Board of Education is pleased to join other boards of education across the United States in proclaiming April 2024 as National School Library Month, and encourages the citizens of Gaston County to join in celebrating the Ready, Set, Library national theme by thanking our school librarians and media center coordinators for their efforts to promote the importance of libraries, and also by uplifting the significance of libraries in making our schools and our community stronger. Be it further resolved that this proclamation be made a part of the minutes that the Board of Education adopted this, the 15th day of April, 2024. And Mr. Chairman, with us this evening to accept the proclamation are Leah Ammons of New Hope Elementary School, who is the 2023 Library Media Specialist of the Year for Gaston County Schools, and Jeremy Tucker of Bessemer City Middle School, who is the 2024 Library Media Specialist of the Year for Gaston County Schools.
All right, thank you.
And you're in touch with every student within the school, and we really do appreciate what you do. And I know Dr. Guthrie's upset that she can't be here tonight because I'm not doing her speech any justice, but we certainly do appreciate what you do for us in Gaston County
So,
Schools.
we're going to get a vote right quick. Mr. Chris makes a motion and need a second. Second. Mr. Stevens, all in favor? Nice. We're good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh. Thank you, Todd. Our next item on the agenda is our classroom moment. Our teachers and students do amazing things in each of our school every day. This agenda item gives us the opportunity to share some of those work in the classrooms. So I'd like to ask Tyler West to lead us on this classroom moment.
Greetings, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, Superintendent Huchard, and guests. I am John Stone, AIG Curriculum Specialist. It is my privilege to highlight 3 remarkable academic competitions sponsored by the AIG Department and Academic Services, including Battle of the Books, Math Masters, and Robo Gaston. These competitions provide opportunities to develop and showcase the exceptional talents and dedication of our students within the district.
Good evening. I'm Angie Russell. I am the AIG Middle School Academic Facilitator for ELA. It's a long title. Gaston County Schools have the opportunity to participate in Battle of the Books at the high school, middle school, and elementary level. Our winners for the district go on to participate at the regional level. Recently, Stuart Kramer High School placed 3rd in the regional in Statesville. This coming Thursday morning, Gaston County Schools will host the Southwest Regional Middle School Battle of the Books at Holy Trinity Lutheran Church in Gastonia, where W.C. Friday Middle School will represent our district. Over the course of the academic year, students from each level read, study, and analyze novels across multiple genres. This year, 4th and 5th grade students read from a list of 15 novels in order to prepare for our county competition. In Battle of the Books, teams of students compete against each other by answering very specific questions to provide the correct title and author of the books they have read. We would like to welcome Gaston County Schools Elementary Battle of the Books champions, Belmont Central, who recently secured 2nd place in the elementary regional in Monroe, North Carolina. This team, yes! Their team is led by Coach Lisa Vaughn. They will come forward and they're going to provide you with a demonstration of how they prepare for competition.
Okay, we're going to just go through a few sample questions. So we'll start with Maggie. Question 1. In which book is a character told, you know sometimes when you've had a bad day, eating grits makes you feel better? Maggie?
Wish by Barbara O'Connor.
Correct. Bella, question number 2. In which book do characters decide to use a skateboard and scooters to travel because the bus would be too slow? Bella?
Walls Within Walls by Maureen Cherry.
Correct. Camille, question number 3. In which book does a character say, not only painters are artists? If a person is creating something with the work of their mind and hands, they are an artist. Camille?
Fruit Magic by Eden Boyce.
Correct. Thank you.
Next, we'd like to take you into the world of numbers, logic, and problem solving with our mathematics competitions. At the middle school level, students in grades 6 through 8 compete in the Math Elite competition. This year, our champion team is Cramerton Middle School. At the elementary level, 4th and 5th grade students compete in the Math Masters competition. This evening, we celebrate and showcase our district Math Masters champions, Pleasant Ridge Elementary School. This team of 8 students will share a glimpse into the competition room. Now the students of Pleasant Ridge, led by their coach, Tabitha Woods, will take a seat at our competition tables. May we ask 4 of our board members to join the students as honorary Math Masters team members? We need 4 of you.
Hello, what's your name?
I'm AMC. What is your name?
I am Whitney. Hello, I'm Whitney. Hello, my name's Richard.
Richard.
And I'm Olivia, my sister.
Logan?
4, 5, 6.
Axon, nice to meet you.
And over there's actually my twin sister. No, like, over there's actually my twin sister. Yeah, like slide.
No worries, I can do that.
Sorry.
Glad we got somebody in charge.
Did,
That's not me.
AM, did you get Belmont Central back?
Yes, they're right there, yeah.
Okay. Come on up, Belmont Central. We didn't get to congratulate you. So if y'all come up over here.
Yay. Yay again.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. Good job. English was my goodest subject. Good job. Thank you. Good job. Thank you. Good job, man. Good job, man.
Then you're probably quiet. So you won't share each time because it will be too much. I just realized that your voice can touch the girl.
You definitely did.
Okay, the students and board members are now ready to compete in one demonstration round. We have provided each team with a whiteboard and materials that they need, and now we will provide them a math question to solve. When I say begin, you will have a short time to complete the problem. I will call upon Team 1 for the first question, and then Team 2 for any potential steal. For the benefit of the audience, I will read the question aloud. Here is the question. The sum of 3 consecutive integers is 27. What is the product of these 3 numbers? You may begin.
No, we did it, but it was like the sum of numbers. Yeah, it was 20. He's got the whiteboard. Yes. Well, that's yeah, product multiply. That would equal 720. No, person 1 and 2, I'm pretty sure. Because we don't have a you have to write it. You can't write it. You write it, except they're answering. They get it wrong, then we get the
It now looks like both teams are finished. Team 1. Person 1, please show and say your answer.
The answer is 720.
That is correct. Good job. We will now go to question number 2. Team 2 will have the first opportunity to share their answer for this question. We will now give each team their second question. Please clear your whiteboard and move it to person number 2 on your team. I will now read the question aloud. The school's Math Masters team has 8 members. The Battle of the Books team has a total of 12 members. A total of 16 people are on at least one of these teams. How many people are on both teams? You may now begin the problem.
We don't have a paper.
Do you have the problem? You may now begin the problem.
Yeah, we were like, what is, I don't remember all that. Thank you. Are the question, and it's pretty easy. And 16 people are at least. So there's 20 and at least, and a total of 16 are on at least one. So 4 of them are probably on Yeah, 4 of them on all one. Yeah, 4 of them. Then the other ones are on at least one. Because remember, like, Ollie showed us as the Venn diagram. And no, Miss Wood showed us as the Venn diagram. I'm pretty sure since it's. So wait, so 12 plus 8 is 20. Yeah, 16 of them are on. Yeah, at least one. But that could be more. 16 of them are at least. The remaining 4 are probably going to be 1, but not like the other one's at least 1, so it can be more than 1. But the remaining 4 are either 1 or 1. So I'm guessing. I'm pretty sure the 16.
How many people are on both teams?
That might be.
Like, so if there are
That's my train of thought, but I kind of had a little bit of trouble on this kind of
there are 8 people on our math masters team. Okay, so apparently there are 4 people. I think it's. I don't know whether this is true.
I think it could be 16. Wait.
So math masters.
So wait, 16 on at least one. It could be 1 or 2. Then there's 4 that we don't know if it's 1 or 2 guaranteed. All we know is it's 4. Yeah, I was pretty sure.
Okay, it looks like both teams have now finished. I'll call upon team 2, person number 2. Please show and say your answer.
We got 4 on both teams.
Thank you. That is correct. Good job to both teams.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you, board members and winning team members, for your participation in our Math Masters round.
You want to get a picture first? Sure. Do it. All right, we're going to get a picture. We'll get a picture first. Logan, can you take a picture with me? Logan, can you stand beside me? Logan, right here. Grab the trophy, Logan. Yeah, Logan, here. You grab that.
So, like, do we.
Logan, can I stand beside you?
Yep, right there. You're good.
Come on.
Here, Logan. Put you right here, Logan.
Logan, stand right here, baby. Stand right here. There you go.
Can I put you right here, please?
There you go.
There you go.
On this side.
The picture.
Let's put you over here, please.
Wait, that's upside down.
Logan,
Logan, look forward.
Logan, look at the camera, baby.
Logan, there you go. Wait, you cover it.
Logan, stand right here. Stand right here in front of me. Stand right in front of everybody, AJ, okay? Good job.
Look forward, Logan.
One more, Logan. All right, thank you.
Good job, buddy. Great job, guys. Hey, everybody. Let's shake hands. Appreciate your work. Yeah, I'll be up there. You say my name, Logan. Hey, sweet boy. 3 minutes.
Mr. Chair, I have a statement to make. Wait till you hear what this little boy told me.
That's right. We got the runs for every time. 7:20 and 4.
Train goes 5 miles down this way. When do they meet in Chicago? Who cares?
Chicken laid a half an egg and a half a day. How
I
many
know.
pancakes did it take to shingle a dog out?
And then I go.
Yes, Mr. Chair, I have a confession to make. I was the writer for Team 1, and I had no clue. The young man who was seated across from me, he did the calculation, and he held it up to me, and he said, "This is the right answer. Don't ask any questions." Thank you, Nate, for helping me through.
Vice Chairman Cherry, members of the board, Superintendent Huchard, and all the guests. Finally, we are proud to showcase our robotics competition, which was held on March 2nd at Forest View High School. Gaston County Schools had 37 teams compete, both in elementary and middle school, in a very, very rigorous competition. We have with us today the overall elementary and middle school champions to showcase their robot. Please welcome the students of Belmont City Central and Belmont City Middle, Bessemer City Central and Bessemer City Middle. As they come forward, we hope you will enjoy witnessing firsthand the fruits of the labor as they demonstrate their coding skills in the robot that they've honed to compete in the competition. Now, these students have designed, built, and programmed their own autonomous robot. Utilizing 21st century skills, our students have engineered a marvel of technology, employing logic descriptors, sensors, and conditional blocks to execute a series of tasks within a 5-minute dynamic performance. If you've ever been to a competition, you know about the thrill and exhilaration during these robot runs. The students are now going to demonstrate how the robot completes their missions and how the robot runs. Take it away.
Start in this corner, facing this way. Yeah.
Okay, all 4 missions are programmed in there, so should run, run 1, it's gonna go to 10, maybe 2 might be better, it's gonna hit down there and do that.
Perfect. Good job.
There's help. Bessemer City Central just completed a mission. In that mat, that's where they can only touch the robot, and it goes away from that corner and does the missions.
Illegal there.
See, there would be lifting the tower.
Lift that tower up.
And I think the coolest thing to note about robotics is that every piece that you see on the board, everything you see here has been constructed by students. This doesn't come already prepackaged. They come as just a bag of Legos, and they have to follow blueprints and put them together. And we did a lot of troubleshooting, didn't we? A lot of things that we were like, that doesn't work right. We had to go back and learn. And they actually, ours coded the robot themselves, and we didn't, Dr. Mellon, your coach, didn't know anything about coding, did she? None whatsoever. And so they figured it out all on their own and did a fantastic job. They also came up with the strategy for how they wanted to run their missions, because there are, how many missions? 12? 14? But we had to sit and reason which ones were going to be the most points and the easiest grabs to make. So they did a lot of reasoning back and forth and trying to figure out where was going to be the best bang for their buck. And they did an excellent job, didn't you guys? We learned a lot.
Thank you both teams.
Another excellent part of the robotics project is the actual project part of it. And our students, our goal this year was to connect our hobbies to our community. And they got together and talked about it, and they decided they want to try to connect art to the community. And Chloe was telling us about the free expression art. And we came up with an idea. There's a bridge downtown Bessemer City that they're kind of abandoning the roadway through. And we went to a city council meeting to present the idea of turning it into a free artist space. And we made this model to bring and kind of get talking on that. But right now we're in talks with Norfolk Sutherland. They're the ones that actually own the bridge. So we're still trying to see if we can get this to come to fruition. But they put in a ton of work and research into that. Yeah, it's excellent.
Oh. Are you guys still there?
We're good.
Congratulations. For all you do. Congratulations on the work. Good for you do. Good job.
Thank y'all again for all those presentations. The next item on the agenda allows the opportunity for public expression. This is a time when the board will hear comments from citizens about the matters of public concern related to the school system. Our board policy sets aside the first 30 minutes of the regular monthly meeting for citizens to address the board. Before we hear from the public, let me outline the rules of procedures. Citizens wishing to make comments, you have completed a request to speak form prior to the beginning of the meeting will be recognized by the chair and then request to step to the microphone and make their comments. Citizens will state their name and address for the record. Comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Members of the board do not respond to public expression during the public comment period. Public expression does not allow for comments on confidential or personnel matters. Speakers who wish to give materials to the board will get it handed to our clerk. The chair shall rule at all points of order during public expression. We do have one person sign up, and it's Barbie Stokes.
Barbie Stokes, Belmont resident. Hello, everyone. I appreciate your time. Thank you to Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chair Cherry, Superintendent Huchard, and elected board members. I appreciate the opportunity. I, as well as parents and other community members, we do appreciate that these regular monthly meetings are not only held in the evening, but also live streamed and archived on your GCS website. Many people are interested in what transpires here, but are unable to attend for a variety of reasons. But they do have the opportunity to watch at their convenience. And I'm not sure if you're aware, but many of your meetings have like nearly 2,000 views. So the same is not true, though, for your monthly committee meetings. The Operations Committee, the Curriculum and Instruction Committee, those meetings often meet at 8:30 in the morning, 11:30 in the morning. And those times obviously are not as convenient for the general community. So while you do make the minutes available on your website, these meetings, though, are not live streamed. And so I feel like the public is missing out on what might be going on. I think that, I do respectfully request that these meetings also be live streamed. I think this would encourage transparency and parental involvement. So I do ask that you consider that. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stokes. All right. The next item on the agenda is approval of correction of minutes. I need a motion to approve the minutes for March the 18th, regular board meeting. Motion by Ms. Cherry, second by Mr. Dedman. All in favor? The minutes are approved. Did we check with Brent Moore. There he is. Okay, next item on the agenda is our Operation Committee report, made up of our chair, Brent Moore, Lee Dedman, Dot Cherry, and A.M. Stevens. And Mr. Stevens is going to do the report. Thank you.
So the Operations Committee met on Monday, April the 8th, 2024 at 8:30. Our committee consists of Committee Chairman Brent Moore, Lee Dedman, Dot Cherry, and myself. Our agenda and discussions included the following. Interim Executive Director of Auxiliary Services, Jack Brooks, updated us on current and future capital projects, including the construction status of the new Greer Middle School. The committee voted to accept funding from the City of Gastonia for the addition of artificial turf. This item is included on the consent agenda under the construction repair change orders. Also, Gary Hoskins, Associate Superintendent, discussed plans for the future use of interim bond funding from the county. He also shared that we're working with the county staff to issue the remaining $110 million from the initial $250 million bond. Our athletic director, Chad Duncan, informed us that the current reimbursement rate for the staff fee for the community use of school facilities has been $25 per hour for a number of years, despite the salary and benefit increases. As a result, we are increasing the reimbursement rate for community use to $35 per hour beginning July 1st, 2024. Mr. Hoskins informed the committee that there have not been any changes to our athletic supplement for years. As a result, we will be increasing our athletic supplement for middle school and high school coaches, athletic directors, and first responders next school year. Mr. Hoskins also reviewed the proposed changes in the out-of-county tuition rate for next year. This item will be presented later in the meeting with a recommendation for approval from the committee. Beth Suber, Executive Director of Human Resources, asked the board to consider making the optional teacher work days on Tuesday, May the 27th, 2025, and Wednesday, May 28th, 2025, be changed to mandatory teacher work days to provide for letters training. This item will be on the consent agenda with a committee recommendation for approval. The City of Gastonia requested a deed for a permanent utility easement at Pleasant Ridge Elementary School for utility improvements. This item is on the consent agenda with the recommendations from the committee for approval. The committee reviewed and is recommending approval of the following contracts on the consent agenda. Pavement replacement at Belmont Central Elementary, Cramerton Middle School, Page Elementary, Pinewood Elementary, Springfield Elementary, WB Beam Intermediate, and Warlick Academy. Also, LED lights at Mount Holly Middle and Yorkchester Middle, as well as South Point High Athletic Facility ADA improvements. North Gaston High baseball field renovation, Stuart Kramer High turf replacement and long triple jump relocation, Forest Heights campus improvements, and replacement of playground equipment at designated elementary schools. Our next meeting is Monday, May the 6th, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. in the Raider Staff Development Center. Or as Brent puts it, the radar.
Thank you for that report. The next item on the agenda is a report from our Curriculum and Instruction Committee. The members of that committee is our chair, Josh Crisp, Dot Guthrie, Robbie Lovelace, and Todd Kinlaw. I think Ms. Lovelace is going to do the report.
Yes.
Thank you.
The Curriculum and Instruction Committee met on Monday, April 8th, 2024 at 11:30. The members who were in attendance were Josh Crisp, our chair, Todd Kinlaw, and Robbie Lovelace. Dr. Cynthia Reynolds, Director of Federal Programs and After-School Programs, presented information on the Aspire Plus after-school parent-paid program, which was piloted in August 2023. After analyzing the parent survey and enrollment numbers for this school year, running an Inspire Plus after-school program at Pinewood Elementary School during the 24-25 school year is not financially feasible. Tyler West, Executive Director of Elementary Instruction, presented the board with requested information on programs for teachers and students to support independent reading, including print and digital text, classroom libraries, school media centers, WOW or wildcards, and digital libraries. RAS Plus, a K-5 literacy standards aligned resource, provides instructional materials and an online portal for students to complete digital assignments and quizzes. Terry Serbeck, Director of Student Assignment, presented the board with requested information on choice program data, including students interested and students qualified for choice programs and courses. She also provided data showing the number of seats available, seats accepted, and course information on each program. Dr. Rebecca Powers, Assistant Superintendent of Student Support Services, Tyler West, Director of Elementary Instruction, and Kathleen DeAvria, Director of Secondary Instruction, presented the committee with recommendations for contract renewals for instructional resources for the 2024-25 school year. This item will be presented to the full board later in this meeting for action. Sarah Rector, Director of Gaston Blended, presented a new online district resource for parents called The Parent's Guide to Student Achievement. She also gave an update on our partnership with Kintegra Medical Telehealth. Both of these items will be presented to the full board later in this meeting. Our next committee member will be on Monday, May 6, 2024, at 11:30 at the Raider Professional Development Center. Thank you.
Thank you for that report. Next item on the agenda is instructional resources for elementary and secondary schools. This is an action item, and Tyler West is going to present.
Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chair Cherry, Superintendent Houchard, and board members. The Academic Services Department is seeking board approval for contracts being utilized during the 24-25 school year. These products ensure that staff members are provided with research-based resources that support increased academic achievement and student growth through the continued implementation of the North Carolina academic standards. Our goals for the instructional resources for next school year are to reduce spending by eliminating duplicate resources, to prioritize collaboration and active learning over screen time, to limit resources that require additional training for instructional staff, and to provide opportunities for input from our teachers, principals, and stakeholders. This first slide shows elementary resources. All schools are required to have diagnostic resources for reading and for math. At the elementary level, we will no longer use the iReady reading diagnostic. We'll continue using the state-provided and required M-Class reading diagnostic for kindergarten through third grade, and add on the HMH growth measure diagnostic that's included in our adopted reading curriculum. We'll continue the use of iReady Math Diagnostic, which provides information for our adopted Ready Math curriculum. For core instruction, elementary schools will continue using this year's resources except for the iReady Reading and iReady Math pathways. Supplemental resource reductions include IXL and Modern Teacher, which is a district-wide professional development platform. So these are the elementary resources that are listed on your agenda item for approval tonight. They represent contract renewals of products that Gaston County Schools already uses in our elementary schools. At the middle school level, we propose to no longer use the iReady reading or math diagnostic. Instead, we will use an existing resource, which is IXL, and it provides a more cost-effective option. For core instruction, middle schools will continue using this year's resources, except for the iReady reading and iReady math pathways. These are the middle school resources that are listed on your agenda item for approval tonight. They also represent contract renewals of products that Gaston County Schools already uses. And for our high school resources, there are no additions or deletions for the 24-25 school year, except you'll see Modern Teacher, which is a deletion from all 3 levels. This slide shows the resources listed on your agenda for approval for high school. They too represent contract renewals of products that Gaston County Schools already uses. We appreciate your support of these instructional resources. Are there any questions?
I appreciate the fact that y'all have thoroughly gone through and done the things that your first slide is talking about, reducing the spending, taking away the duplication, and being more effective and efficient with our teachers' time.
Thank you.
So, thank you.
Go ahead, Mr. Dunn. I just wanted to say the same thing. We are spending less money this year than we spent last year considerably.
Yes.
How much of a difference do you know?
I'm not sure of an exact
I'm sure I
number.
didn't know that at some particular point tonight, but just email me all of it. Thank you.
You'll notice on your agenda item the amount for iReady is much lower for next year.
So I would just say, and these two, stole the thunder, but they deserve that right. But no, I think this is significant in the fact that you are hitting your goals that you set, and it's obvious in what you're doing. But not only that, I think you've listened to the community, and more importantly, you've listened to your teachers who have told you that they were overwhelmed with some of the things that were going on. And by doing this, I think you're showing that responsiveness that they do appreciate. So thank you for all your work.
Thank you. It was definitely a team effort. So.
Okay, anyone else comments or questions?
I have a quick one. So you had mentioned that you were switching from iReady to IXL because of cost savings. Do you and your team feel like that IXL is at the same level of educational benefit for our kids?
IXL is, the diagnostic is going to be used at the middle school level for our 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And that is a trusted resource that's already been used as a supplemental resource. And so moving into a diagnostic in that product shouldn't be a big change.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, this is an action item, so I'll need a motion in a second. Okay. Mr. Chris, motion. Second, Mr. Debman. All in favor? God, he was good. All right. That's unanimous. Okay, the next item on the agenda, thank you, Ms. West. Parents' Guide to Students' Achievement. This is an information item. Dr. Sarah Rector.
Good evening, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chairperson Cherry, board members, and Superintendent Houchard. Today, I'm going to share some information about our Parents' Guide to Student Achievement. So the Parents' Guide to Student Achievement is required from NCDPI for all of our districts. We are required to post it on our website, and it'll be housed under our Parent Academy. It does have to be reviewed and updated every year prior to school starting. The guide has been designed to be like a Q&A, so it's a question and then the answer is within. So throughout the document, which is 20 pages, you'll see multiple click links, so that way it'll direct all of our parents back to the resources we already have available on our website or in our board policy. And that ends our Parents' Guide to Student Achievement. Yes.
Sarah, I think I asked you in committee, but is there going to be something on the main page that gives the parents some type of prompt that there's new information on Parent Guide and push them to
I can
that
definitely
page?
work with communications to have that put on there.
I think that might be a smart thing because I don't know how often people go to the Parent Guide, but if there's some information that we need to get out, we might need to do some prompting.
Absolutely.
Okay, and that's the information item, and Dr. Rector has the next item also. Kendrick Hale. Oh, Ken Taggart, I'm sorry.
All right, so our Contegra Medical Health, just a reminder of what that service is available in 5 of our Bessemer City feeder areas, and that is where the parents sign up for their students to receive medical care through a telehealth prompter with a certified doctor. At the sites will be our CMAs who take all of the vitals from a video camera that is shown through the telehealth prompter to the doctor. So here's a list of some of the things that are seen: allergies, head lice, itchy eyes, just a few of those there. This is some of the data that we've collected as of week 8. So what you'll notice is we have a grand total of 81 persons who have been seen. So of that, we have 25 staff members of those 5 schools, and then we have 56 students from those 5 schools. And what you'll notice is that the students who have remained at school is more than the students who are being sent home. So we're keeping our children in school, which is a great part of this program. The cost, it is covered by Medicaid and most of our insurance carriers. If parents do not have insurance, they do offer a sliding scale. That's our Contegra Medical.
I would just say, I think it's important to continue to point out that this is always approved by the parent.
Always approved by the
So
parent.
no student is ever seen without parents' pre-approval before they see a provider.
Correct. They cannot see the student without the approval. And they're invited to the telehealth.
Unless they're 17.
Unless they're 18 and over,
18.
correct.
Yeah, seniors. Okay. Any other comments or questions? This is just the information item. Thank you. All right. Next item on the agenda is our 2024-2025 out-of-the-county tuition. This is an action item. Gary Hoskin.
Good afternoon, Chairman Ramsey, Vice Chair Cherry, members of the board, Superintendent Huchard. I have an action item here to approve the out-of-county tuition. We do this each year. We calculate out-of-county tuition based on the county appropriation that we received from the county each year. The current county appropriation is just over $53 million. We divide that by the number of students we had after the second month, which is just under 30,000 students, and that's how we calculate the per pupil out-of-county tuition. In addition, if someone is out of state, we add the state PPE, which is per pupil expenditure, to that amount to come up with the out-of-state tuition. So the recommendation is to approve the out-of-county tuition at $1,773. That's actually down a little bit from where it is this year. This year is $1,779 because our student population is growing a little bit faster rate than our county appropriation. And approve the out-of-state tuition at $8,952 for next year. Again, it's slightly actually, this one's slightly higher than the current year of $8,945. So I'd like to have a recommended motion to approve that, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Motion, I'd like to make a chairman.
All right. I need a second.
Second.
Ms. Cherry, second. All in favor? So, okay. That's unanimous. Thank you. All right, you have the next item, 2024-2025 Gaston County Schools Budget Request. This is an action item. Gary Hoskin.
All right, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Each of you should have in front of you the actual budget request for 2024-2025. So we'll go briefly through the calendar, the operating request, and the capital outlay, and then open for discussion. This is a action item, Mr. Chairman. So the budget calendar, we're currently at April 15th. Last month at the board meeting on March 18th, we presented the superintendent's budget in detail, and this will replicate what that budget was with one slight reduction, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. We have on our calendar a joint meeting with the county this Wednesday, April 17th, where we will again formally present this to the county commissioners, and then they usually approve their budget around April or May. That's out of our hands, and then we'll have to wait on the state budget. We do have a biennial budget which will cover the upcoming year. However, the state can make changes to that, so we'll have to wait to see if they're going to make any changes. And if that state budget is not yet set by June 30th, we will bring to you an interim budget, an interim balanced budget at your June 17th board meeting. That is because by state law, we have to have a balanced budget as of June 30th, regardless of whether the state has done their budget or not. And then, of course, when the state approves the budget, we will have a final budget resolution. And those have come anywhere from June to September typically, but sometimes it's been as late as October, November.
Yeah.
So the local operating request, we do believe that this supports the vision, mission, and priorities of Gaston County Schools to have students that are college and career ready, healthy, safe, and responsible schools, support innovation, and a qualified workforce. The important uses of our county funds. The state has a set amount that they pay to every principal, every teacher, every assistant principal, based on their level of experience and their license. So the local money, we use those for local supplements. We're competing against certainly CMS and other districts around us with those local supplements. So this is a very important part of what we use those funds for. Also, all of our maintenance and custodial expenses are paid out of local money. Our technology comes from local money. Utilities and insurance, we don't have any state or federal support for that. SROs, it used to be solely county. Now the state is starting to fund part of that. Athletics and arts are solely county, and charter school allotments. So for every dollar that we get from the county, 12% of that, 12 cents, goes straight to those charter schools. And that number was probably 6 or 7% about 6 or 7 years ago. So that number is continuing to increase. So over the last 4 years, as I mentioned, we are currently receiving just over $53 million from the county. And looking back in 2020, 2021, we received $49,811,000. Since that time, we got almost a $1.7 million increase in the 21-22 school year, another $1 million increase the next year, and then this current year, we received a $500,000 increase. So that's how we went from the $49.8 million to the $53 million over the last 3 to 4 years. So in our operating request, there'll be 2 sections. The first section will be ongoing expenditures. Those are the costs that it takes to maintain the same level of service and the same standards that we have right now. And then new expenditures will be any new projects, any new state-required changes, and any new initiatives that we are proposing. So, as we mentioned at the March meeting, the items that we're going to talk about are replacing the mobile devices for our students. That's $2.1 million. So every second grader, 6th grader, and 9th grader will receive a brand new Chromebook. And they will keep that till they move up to the next level. The elementary moves to middle, the middle moves to high, the high school graduates. So that replacement cost is just over $2.1 million. The inflation expenses, every year prices of goods and services have gone up. This reflects that, the $785,000. Duke Energy's already mentioned about roughly an 8% increase in some of the energy cost. So that would reflect that. Again, that's to maintain the same level of service that we have right now. And then the next 2 items actually decreased a little bit. In the original superintendent's budget, I had proposed a 4% salary increase. The actual recommendation in the biennial budget is 3%. We're currently at 4% this year, and then it'll be 3% for next year unless the General Assembly changes it. So I decreased those two numbers slightly. And then finally, the new item, and this is really not a new item, but because we do this every year, but this is the teacher salary supplement increase, $3 million. Every year we've been doing about $500,000, and as we talked about at the March meeting, we're continuing to get further and further behind our peer group. We're getting further and further behind the state average. We're currently about $3,800 on average. This $3 million would put us around $5,000, which gets us really in the range of many of our peers. And that's a per teacher, average per teacher supplement. So our recommendation to the county, as I mentioned, they currently are giving us $53 million. The $6.9 million increase would take our request up to $59.9 million, or just under $60 million. That's about $4.6 million more than we asked for last year, and most of that is in the student technology, because that $2.1 million was paid using COVID money and other grant funds, and also bumping that $500,000 teacher supplement up to $3 million. Capital outlay. When we talk about capital, there's school bonds capital, which we're not talking about here. Those are new construction, classroom additions, capital replacements. But what we're talking about here is capital outlay, and that's preventive maintenance, repairs, contracted facility services, and that's to maintain, upgrade, or repair capital assets such as HVAC, plumbing, roofing, fixtures, life safety, etc. So when we look at the cost of maintenance, one of the biggest factors in the cost of maintenance is the age of the buildings. And you can see in the little bar graph there, 75% of our buildings are 40 years old or older. If you take that one more step further, about 54% of our buildings are 50 years old or older. So that has a significant impact on the cost of maintaining those buildings. So we look at, as a independent source, Managing for Results in America's Great City Schools. That's a resource that many people use to look at what other similar type schools use as their maintenance cost per square foot. And for the most recent information available, they estimate that range to be from $1.09 per square foot to $1.66 per square foot. We're currently at 43 cents per square foot. And keep in mind, 75% of our buildings are 40 years old or older. So we are well below the minimum. We will be requesting $6.7 million, because that puts us right about where the median, the $1.31 is the median, and that's what we're asking for, the $6.7 million, because we've got 5.1 million square feet of space, for our schools and our offices. So that would put us right around the median for, the industry average. So when you look at where we've been over the last 5 years, we typically are at between $1,227,000 for our capital outlay and $2,227,000. That's the most that they've ever done, certainly since I've been here, is $2,227,000. And we are requesting $6.7 million. And we have been requesting, really over the last several years, right around that median range for the chart that I just showed you, usually in the $6 million to $6.5 million range. So this is nothing new. We've been asking for this for a number of years. However, they've been pretty flat at the $2,227,000 mark. So we do believe that this budget supports our vision to inspire success in a lifetime of learning, and will continue to help our school system to meet the challenges that we have. So with that, Mr. Chairman, I'll open it up for any questions.
I have a couple, but I wanted to see. As you noted, inflation is definitely hitting us, and I've always heard that Duke Energy is getting ready to go up pretty high, so I'm glad you put that in there, that part of it. Also, we hosted Representative North Carolina House Donnie Loftus, and Vice Chair hosted Representative John Torbett, and he asked me a question about our new LED lighting, and he's asking, do we have any numbers like return on investments by upgrading our lighting in all the buildings?
We have, when you look at our overall utility bill, it's around $5.5 million or so. It's been about that level for a number of years. And, we have been replacing older schools with newer, bigger, more efficient schools. And we've been replacing, as you mentioned, the LED lights. We've been replacing electric boilers with gas boilers. So, as I mentioned, that Duke's saying about an 8% increase, but a lot of the things that we're doing on the capital side, we're seeing it a little bit flatter because of that. We can pull some annual utility costs to show that, but every year, things are a little bit different because like I said, we've retired Belmont Middle and we got the new Belmont Middle. The new Belmont Middle is bigger, but it's much more, efficient than the old Belmont Middle. So we can certainly run some annual utility cost.
Okay.
To show
Yeah,
that.
I knew we hired an energy consultant firm about 4 or 5 years ago, and that really paid off.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman and Mr. Hoskins, I believe our energy managers can tell you exactly by school before and after LEDs been installed.
Okay. Yeah, that'd
They
be
keep
good.
an aggregate of the schools pretty concise, too.
Yeah, we transitioned from outsourcing that when we started, we had a firm come in and help us for the first couple of years. Then we've hired our own 2 energy managers, which go into every school and every office building, on a regular basis. So they do have data on that. I would have to pull that for you.
Okay. Yeah, they was very impressed. The Forest View people was very satisfied with the new LED light. And of course, when you get LED lighting, unfortunately, it shows all the dirt and paint. So they said the paint will follow suit. So how far along are you on the LEDs? I know we did the high school. We're doing middle schools. Have we made it to elementary yet?
Some. Certainly not all of them. The high schools, the gymnasiums, I think, was one of the first things that we did. Then the rest of the high schools, the middle school gymnasiums, the middle schools. I think on the consent agenda, we have 2 middle school projects on there, and then we'll be moving to some more of the elementary schools. But I'd have to look at the chart of where we are. I'm not sure exactly.
Okay. All right. Do you have any questions? Did Torbert ask you anything?
Well, Representative Torvin was over-focused on safety. I was with him in North Belmont, and Principal Beam was talking about being on the list for his vestibule. And so he wanted to know what kind of, I can't remember the terminology that he used, but what kind of glass we were going to be using, the tempered glass, I think is what he referred to. And I didn't have the answer for him, but I told him that I assumed that we would be using that. So he talked a lot about the vestibules and just safety in general, because he's so focused on that, and talked about going to the school down in Florida and the impact that made, and he was talking to several teachers. So a conversation on safety came up, and Mr. Beam told him about their protocols there. So he alluded to a lot of safety features that he's seen here and things that he would like to continue to see here.
Yeah, when we was at New Hope, they just had theirs put in this past October, so that was really good to see.
Right.
And I know, and there's a lot of state funding for this too, so I encourage our staff to keep applying for these safety things, because we've already caught up with SROs, but they do have a lot of money for this safety in Torbert.
So we did get one of the largest safety grants in the state.
Oh, yeah, the largest.
The largest, yeah.
Yeah, and that's that new project there. So any other questions or comments before I ask for a motion? Okay, I need a, yeah, this is the action item. So I need a motion.
So moved.
All right, Ms. Cherry. Second, Mr. Stevens. Any other question? All in favor? Okay.
Thank you,
All
Mr.
right.
Chairman.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you for all your work. The next item on the agenda is consent agenda, and I need a motion to approve those items on the consent agenda. All right. All in favor? Okay, that's good. All right, that's unanimous. And next, bring us the time of the hearing, or comments from our superintendent, Dr. Hushard.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I hope everyone enjoyed spring break and took some time to rest and rejuvenate. Now it's time for us to begin our focus, last 6 weeks of our school, which includes getting ready for end-of-year tests, preparing for them, end-of-year recognition programs, celebrations, awards day, and celebrating the class of 2024 with a graduation. So we are excited to come to a close. This past Thursday afternoon, we hosted National Board Certified Teachers Reception and Star Teacher Student Awards. These two excellent events allowed us to recognize and honor a few of our outstanding students and teachers in Gaston County. And boy, they did shine the other night. We'd like to say thank you to the Gaston Early College High School for allowing us to use their beautiful space to hold the event, to Trulient Federal Credit Union, which sponsored the National Board Certified Teachers Reception, and then to the Gaston Gazette for sponsoring the Star Teacher Student Awards. The ceremonies were recorded and will be airing on Channel 1 in the next few weeks. The videos will also be available on our website and our YouTube channel. Proud to say we'll be holding our springtime job fair tomorrow, April 16th, at the Gastonia Conference Center. The event runs from 9 a.m. until 12 p.m., and we are seeking employees in both teaching and non-teaching positions. We have had many register already for the event and encourage applicants interested in attending just to show up in the morning and join us we certainly welcome walk-ins. The All-County Middle School Chorus Concert will take place tomorrow night at Holbrook Middle School at 7 o'clock. This event is a terrific way to see and enjoy the outstanding musical talent of our middle school students. I'm excited about attending the event, and you all are welcome to join me. As you know, in the spring of the year, many of our school drama departments offer musicals. The North Gaston High School will present this week Little Shop of Horrors, with performances starting at 7 p.m. on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Tickets are $10, can be purchased at the school the night of the performance. On Thursday, May 2nd, we have our annual Evening of Excellence Awards ceremony at 6:30 p.m. at Stuart W. Kramer High School. Again, this year, the Evening of Excellence program is being sponsored by Truist Bank, and we look forward to recognizing our outstanding educators and finding out who our teacher, principal, assistant principal, new teacher, teacher assistant, and central office administrator of the year will be for the 24-25 school year. We want to remind everyone that the Through an Artist's Eyes art exhibit runs through May 4th at Lowray Mill. The exhibit features the most outstanding artwork by students in Gaston County schools. I want to say every time I see this work, I'm always amazed at how talented our artists are. We are excited to announce and want to remind the community that registration for kindergarten is ongoing. Parents can register on the Gaston County Schools website. While kindergarten registration continues throughout the summer, registration for pre-K or pre-kindergarten ends in May. So we encourage parents to register their children now if they are interested in them attending pre-K. On the consent agenda this evening, the board approved modification to the 2024-25 school calendar. This change does not affect students, only employees. May 27th and May 28th, 2025 are now mandated teacher workdays to accommodate the letters training, which is reading training for our teachers. That is required by the state of North Carolina. Personally, I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge the observance of April as Autism Awareness Month, with World Autism Awareness Day being held April 2nd. Autism affects people right here in our community, in our schools, and we appreciate the work of our teachers and other personnel to support students in our schools who have autism. And finally, Mr. Chairman, because of a renovation project here at the central office, our May, June, and July Board of Education meetings will be held at the Raider Staff Development Center in Cramerton. The meetings will not be televised or live streamed, but we extend an invitation to the public to attend in person. We plan to be back here in the boardroom in August for our regular meetings. Mr. Chairman, that completes my comments for this evening.
Thank you, Dr. Huchard. Yes.
On those meetings, May, June, and July, will they be filmed or?
The television capability we have, sir, is in here, so they will, but we invite folks.
Okay.
Yes.
So, thank you again. As we close our meeting, thank you for your support of this board and Gaston County Schools. We are proud of our schools and all who worked hard for the good things for our children. We do have a birthday to celebrate. Brent Moore turned 40. Can you hear that? And the good news I have for you, we do not have a closed session, so I need adjournment. Mr. Chris, second. All in favor for adjournment? Thank y'all. Have a good evening.